Japan is famous for insane commercials, advertisements, and other things. In the heyday of the Try Not to Laugh compilation of YouTube, I remember that Japanese ad compilations were a rising trend, but they've been around and watched by many for ages. From that big dog man in a suit, to Twin Peaks commercials, to Tommy Lee Jones drinking coffee, to Guts as a 60-year-old man. Is there nothing that Japanese ads can't do? If that sounds at all theatrical to you, just wait. There's Hatsune Miku Pocky, The Boy and the Beast Dakara, Attack on Titan gummies, Dragon Ball KFC, and tons of unlicensed original anime ads from tons of different studios, encompassing a variety of different styles. The legend of Japanese advertisement has grown more and more into the industry due to its own expansion, and thank God for it, because there's some surprisingly good ones out there. I realize this is April Fool's, and so this is kind of a tongue-in-cheek video, but there are some ads that are actually worth watching. It's no surprise that one of the most profitable industries in Japan, anime, also has a role to play in its ads. It's also no surprise that one of the biggest brands in the world, McDonald's, would have one too. I hope you've just eaten, because if not, this is gonna be f***ing torture. Mackies, Mackie D's, Mickey D's, the bane of capitalism itself, has suitably expensive looking ads. This anime ad supposedly adapts the lifestyle of a McDonald's employee, of a nice calm atmosphere, a growing bond between some lovely staff, and eventually, a pro passing on the torch to the next generation. In the second ad, it has the original employee applying for a new job whilst the newbie gets used to her old position, with the ad ending in the revelation that the two are still good friends even after the interview goes well, with the older employee moving on. I gotta say, it takes some balls to have an ad where one of your employees is applying to leave, though it's actually a fairly clever ad by going down the slice of life route. McDonald's in this ad is presenting itself willingly as a fallback, something to rely on when trying for something that it itself acknowledges is a step up. That sounds self-defeatist as far as advertisement goes, but when you take on board the slice of life elements and the upbeat music, we're being made to care for the bond that the two have, and that even through potentially holding different jobs, the two still share that bond, with the backdrop that connects the two being good old reliable McDonald's. By setting itself up as a caring family grower, it sows those comforting seeds of warmth that it wants its customers to feel. Colours and themes appealing to kids, appealing to anime fans, appealing to young people looking for work, and finally, appealing to the hungry. It seems that this kind of messaging is something that McDonald's Japan strives for, as there are other similar ads to this, with one even resembling Makoto Shinkai's work. I'd give the Mackey's adverts a 5 out of 10, very well made, had me in the first half, not gonna lie. Though I see through it. It simply has nothing of the nuance of Goku chomping into some KFC. Also, it has to be said that slice of life just isn't for me, doesn't appeal to me. Or at least not something that appeals as much to me as One Piece ramen. An adaptation of a show that has more filler in it than a chicken nugget. This ad adapts One Piece into a high school slice of life anime. The ramen takes a backseat whilst the real fun comes through story events from the main series being adapted into school life, with surprising precision. The visual style is gorgeous, with Easter eggs and tons of little references in every square inch of the ad. There are hundreds and hundreds of characters from the series in here, and it instantly appeals to anybody even vaguely familiar with it. Also to fans of slice and life, and finally, again, appealing to the hungry. Nissin Noodles have a thing with making these really glorious ads for their products under the banner name of Hungry Days. The effort and artistic skill behind these ads is literally beyond movie quality. There's a Kiki's delivery service ad in modern Japan, there's a kaiju series, and there's just tons of really high quality noodle ads that, in my book, gets a 7 out of 10 for some really great attention to detail and some of the best quality of work that I've seen, even if it is just for 30 seconds at a time. It's the kind of quality that you'd expect no less from than Disney. Another anime ad that I actually keep coming back to every now and then. The Disney ad shows this young girl just loving her time at the park as a little girl, going with friends, meeting someone for the first time, going on to having their first date, getting married, and eventually having a daughter of their own, with the couple visiting again many years later. It's such a sweet short that really carries the Disney spirit well, and there's this theme of a dream is a wish your heart makes that adds to the wistfulness of the family and just aging through life really. It's just an endearing, well thought out ad at the top of its game. If you've ever been to Disney, it kind of does the same thing as the ramen ad, where you can pinpoint some of the things in the background, and it makes the short work that much better. It doesn't hide behind the intent of the ad like the McDonald's one, but wears it on its sleeve. And maybe because of that, I think this is the best out of the bunch. Sure, Goku eating KFC chicken has its charm, its complexities and intricate social commentary on the state of the geopolitical world, but I'm just feeling in more of a Disney mood today, so I think I'll leave that there. Overall, I really love coming across these things, from the bizarre to the endearing, and I think my favourite anime ad so far just has to be the Disney one. In terms of honourable mentions, I think the Dr. Stone Snickers ad is pretty great. A show about rediscovering science in a primitive world, the goofy main character Senku does go to great efforts to make preservable food like ramen and jerky, and I honestly could see him making a Snickers bar. And the other honourable mention goes to the ridiculous amount of Weathering with You ads. Like, there's so many. As a romance anime, it makes sense that these two would be chilling doing all kinds of things together, but after the success of Your Name, it seems that companies just jumped straight onto this film for marketing. And so we have ramen, mineral water, an energy drink, Google as a frickin' search engine, a bus service, and a cinema itself. But yeah, that's some pretty honourable mentions right there. Let me know if you have a particular favourite down below. I'd love to know any that you guys have come across that I've missed out, and maybe I'll do this again next April Fools and make this a running joke. That'd be fun. I might even get into the true reason why we're all here, Goku eating chicken. But until then, thanks to my patrons, everyone smash that like button if you want to know the real meaning of Goku eating chicken, and have a wonderful night.